Hello there and welcome to this CSWatch OCR J276 video where we are going to be looking at IP and MAC addressing. So we're going to be looking at what protocols are, what are IP and MAC addresses, and also how they are both used. So protocol is a rule set for communication and transmission of data. So if you think about meeting the Queen, there's a royal protocol in place. You can't give her a big hug and say, "How you doing, Queenie?" You need to make sure you're being respectful, you're being courteous and kind to her. Exactly the same idea with data communication and transmission with PCs. Protocols cover how communication should start and stop, how the data should be organized, and what should happen in case anything goes missing during data transfer. And next, we're going to be looking at MAC addresses. MAC addresses are assigned to every single piece of network enabled devices when it gets built. So every single device which has got an internet connection, whether it's a mobile phone, PS4, an ancient modem from the 1990s, will have a MAC address on it. They cannot be changed or edited at all. In some cases, there are physical code which is written onto the hardware, as well as also being able to be displayed on the hardware when you do diagnostics from the operating system. The addresses for a MAC address is either 48-bit or 64-bit binary numbers. What this means is we've got a long string of 48 or 64 zeros and ones, but to make it easier for the user and also if you're doing programming, that normally gets converted into hexadecimal numbers. They're used by LAN switches to ensure data is sent to the correct device. A switch will use the MAC address because it knows the MAC address can't get changed, it can't be edited at all, which then means that it knows it's going to go to the right place. You can't change your MAC address and say, "Oh, look at me, I'm actually something else, give me all their data," because you can't change the MAC address at all. IP addresses are used for data exchange over networks and the internet itself. You can get two flavors of them. You can get a static IP, which is set manually, or a dynamic IP, which is set automatically. You can set a static IP within a network and it's in a permanent address. So businesses have static IPs for connecting a network to a printer, so it's the same for everything. And you can just add it to a new PC to the network and connect to the printer really easily. Whereas dynamic IPs are normally assigned by a server. ISPs use them as they're cost effective. So when you connect to a network at home connecting to your ISP, they'll give you a dynamic IP. IP addresses used to only be 32-bit, but now we're bringing in IP6. They go up to 128-bit binary numbers. Bit of a changeover purely because when we're looking at this, we're getting more and more devices that can connect to the internet. The 128-bit numbers are translated into 8 hexadecimal numbers. Again, it makes it quite short, quite easy. 32-bit numbers are converted into 4 denary numbers. So for example, 127.0.01 is an IP address for every single PC, as that's their local IP address within the PC itself. So to summarize, protocols are sets of rules for data transmission to let you know what needs to happen at the beginning, at the end, how data needs to be sent, how it needs to be organized, and what happens if something goes wrong. MAC addresses are unique to a device and they can't be changed at all. They're written as a hexadecimal number. IP addresses can be changed, can be edited, and they're normally written at the moment as decimal numbers, but as time goes on, they will see them more as hexadecimal numbers. I hope this video has been helpful for you. I hope you know the differences now between IP addresses and MAC addresses, and I shall see you in another video. See you later.